Today, I wanted to create a video about the concept that I learned from one of the entrepreneurs and well known entrepreneurs that I look up to, who is Alex Hormozi, and the concept of the girl in the red dress. And if you're a real entrepreneur out there, you know that your thinking, your learning, your consumption of information, it just never stops. You're always looking for opportunities. You're always looking for something new to create from nothing. You're always looking for something to fix. You're always looking for solutions. And honestly, as an entrepreneur, it can kind of be a self sabotaging disease because you build things, you create things, but your brain is always going trying to create more. It's so hard to figure out and focus on one thing. So, The Girl in the Red Dress is basically a reference from the movie The Matrix. And Morpheus, one of the main characters, is talking and educating Neo, the main character, about the Matrix, and he sees a girl in a red dress. Morpheus knows he sees the girl in the red dress and basically tells him that the girl in the red dress is a distraction because when he looks back at the girl in the red dress, it's one of the enemies. As an entrepreneur, the girl in the red dress is the bright ideas, the new business ventures, the new systems, the new processes, just the shiny things that you think are going to speed up the process or that you think are going to make things happen faster. That's what the girl in the red dress is, because she's really taking you away from what it is that you really should be doing. And I find that people are always asking questions, trying to figure out um, newer processes, working with coaches, working with consultants to make their business more efficient, or to be able to grow their business and get themselves to a certain place. But what we don't realize as entrepreneurs is we have the answer, right? And in most cases, the answer is just doing the work, doing the simple thing, saying no to everything else and doing the one thing that's going to move the needle, whatever that is for you. But when you know what the one thing you're supposed to do that's going to move the needle, you're just not doing it. And then you're looking for other ways to get the results from what you should really be doing out of this new process or this new distraction. Not knowing that with this new process, you have to start all over at the bottom. You have to go through the hard work of figuring out how it works. You have to learn how to integrate it into your business. It's so many things that we think it's going to make us get there faster, but it actually starts our process over again and puts us back at square root with now a new thing. Where if you focused on whatever it is that you're procrastinating about, whatever it is that you're running away from it, and the work that you have to do, if you would just focus on that, put your head down, grind and work, you'll look up one day and you'll see the progress. You'll see how far it is you've gotten. You'll see how much it is you've learned, and you will appreciate the work it was that you did to put in to get there. Seeing that process through until it's actually implemented and effective and efficient and everything else that comes along with it. Like, you got to choose one strategy, you got to choose one process, and you got to stick to it until you get to the next level where you can now delegate that, pass that off, trade your money for time, buy back your time, and get somebody else to do that. But when you're wearing all the hats, you have to put that into place. You have to figure out what that is until somebody else can come in. And I feel like that's what's so hard about entrepreneurship. That's why not a lot of people are successful. It's because the discipline to say no to the distractions, right? The discipline to do the things that we don't want to do, and the discipline to do the hard work when we don't want to do it. And that's definitely been a battle for me. It's figuring out what works and what don't work. And in order to figure out what doesn't and does work, you have to trial and error it and troubleshoot it. And in most cases, you'll figure out it may take 5 tries at something and 5 failures to figure out the right way to go about it. We as entrepreneurs have to be more disciplined. We have to be more focused. We have to trust the process, and we also have to execute consistently at the process until we start to bear the fruits of our labor. But nothing is going to speed up the process. You have to do it and you have to figure it out. So I just wanted to get on here and share that with you guys because I feel like so many entrepreneurs fail simply because they can't do the necessary and required work. They're always doing what they think will work and looking for the next best thing or the shiny thing or the thing that's going to expedite the process when there's nothing for that. That doesn't exist. So then they just get burnt out. They just get uninspired. They lose motivation. And it's just another one bites the dust. But to prevent from that, find your love in the journey, in the hard work, in whatever you're doing now until you no longer have to do it. And you know you will no longer have to do it when you have the financial means to be able to pay somebody else to do it. And that way you can focus on what's most important. And that's whatever your God given talent is that got you to the position that you are in your business and be able to grow and multiply that. Like I always say, I see y'all when I see y'all.